Job chapter 39 and verse 17. Because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. Let's read that again. This is the book of Job, chapter 39 and verse 17. It says, because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. And who is that speaking of? Chiefly the so-called black woman, right? Not all so-called black women have this mindset. Not all so-called black women are irate and demonic and evil and wicked. We know we have sisters out here that are trying their best. So this video is not geared toward them. But to the masses, the majority of the so-called black women, especially over here in the West, especially in America, are completely out of their minds, man. To whereas they believe that nothing is their fault because they've been raised by another demon, which is their mother, who taught them that everything is the man's fault. Nothing is your fault. The man has to do this and that. You don't have to do anything. He has to prove his love to you. You don't have to bend a finger. You don't have to give him anything. All you got to do is flaunt your stuff, build up yourself on the way you look, and everything will come to you, which is completely fucking out of this world, man, and bugged out. So here you have this chick, K Michelle. She's a singer. I don't even know if she makes music anymore. She can sing. I'll give her that. But I believe maybe 2 years ago, she did another, I don't know if it was TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and she went on there saying how, God is, for everybody, and it's not according to the color of your skin. The same thing a whole bunch of Christians say. And brothers had their videos on that. So I came across this one, on my feed, and I said I wanted to do a lesson on it. Pretty much, you see the caption. It says, black men are creating broken homes. These women have the fucking audacity, man, to be unruly, to be pretty much enemies to their husbands, to their men, and still have the nerve to say that men create broken homes. This shows you that a lot of our women got to be put away. The Lord is going to destroy a lot of our women, man. Here it is. She's up here with a damn breast all out, right? Sitting in the chair like she's the fucking ruler. And it's all about her. And before I didn't get it. These podcasts, they have these women, they sitting across from them, getting their fucking opinion on everything. But now I see it, man. The more you women talk, the more you expose yourself. Right? So we're gonna let it play, and we're gonna get some scriptures. We're gonna shut it down. That's why I read what I read. Job 39:17, because the Lord didn't give these women understanding or wisdom, man, and you're gonna hear it. So without any further ado, Yahweh Shem Shah willing, the elect be edified. Check it out.
What point do you take a grip to it, not make excuses for it or mantras and things like that? It is so unfair to Black women who have been the strength and builders of so many things. My grandfather, 92, died when he was 92, my best friend. I never seen another type of man. That's why I've turned down 3 rings, because they wasn't like my grandpa. So I'm asking right now, Black men, I got to my Black men to really step up for Black women and create families.
Yeah.
It's really not cool. Black men are attacking Black women. And it's not cool. They're not creating homes. They're creating babies everywhere. It's not cool.
Listen, is there a marriage problem in the Black community? Yes. Only 31% of Black Americans overall are currently married. And that's significantly lower than the 48% of all Americans. So there is a problem in the Black community when you talk about marriage. And you can connect the dots as far as household incomes and wealth directly correlated to marriage rate and see why the Black community struggles in different areas when it comes to being able to build communities, build wealth. It's connected directly to marriage. Now, understanding that and putting that to the side, it's highly disingenuous to have this conversation and to see the agenda that she's pushing, where she's only pushing a one-sided narrative, which is blaming Black men that fit the Cam Newton archetype, which is fine. If you want to blame the Black men who fit the Cam Newton archetype, we can have that conversation. But also, what you must do while saying that is also point out the very women who are choosing the men who fit the Cam Newton mold. And in many of these cases, they don't even possess the wealth that a Cam Newton has.
So you've seen, you heard what this damn demon said, man. She's sitting up there looking like a damn demon. She said Black men need to stand up for Black women. Well, let's play it again.
At what point do you take a grip to it, not make excuses for it or mantras and things like that? It is so unfair to Black women who have been the strength and builders of so many.
And that's a goddamn lie. The so-called Black woman has destroyed. They haven't built in a goddamn thing. They haven't built it nothing, man. They have destroyed their households. They have helped the so-called white man destroy their men. They have destroyed their children. Right? So this wench is delusional, man. Right? These women have really got it wrong. They really got it backwards, to where they think that just by them being on the earth, they have to be catered to. They're pretty much the men. The men are the women, and the women are the men, man. You women are to be in subject to your husband, man. Right? She said she turned down 3 rings. I don't believe that shit. And even if they did, even if she did, it was probably some 3 simp ass niggas that just was looking at the way she looked and said, okay, I want to marry you. But sooner or later, that relationship or marriage or whatever you want to call it would have fizzled out, because she's a fucking demon, man. But the so-called Black woman has destroyed families. She has murdered more babies, unalived more babies than any other woman on the planet, man. Right? The so-called white woman is right behind her, man. So what she means? She built it. Black women build it. You ain't build shit. You tore it down. You tore it down, man.
Things. My grandfather, 92, died when he was 92, my best friend. I never seen another type of man. That's why I've turned down 3 rings. Because they
and 2, you women are raising the men that you don't want. You'll say he's a no good nigga, right? But guess what? That man grew up in a single mother household, because the mother more than likely ran the husband out the house, man, ran the man out the house with her fucking mouth and her masculine ass ways.
Wasn't like my grandpa. So I'm asking asking right now black men, I got to my black men to really step up for black women.
Hell no. Hell no. The so-called black man has bent over backwards to please the so-called black woman for ages, man. And all he gets is her ass to kiss, man. All he gets is stepped on. So why the fuck is that? That would be a mental disorder for men to so-called black men to continue trying to save these fucking women, man. These women are gonna be destroyed, man. Point blank, period. The Lord is gonna do away with these types of women, man. This bitch is not even real. She got her breast chopped on, her backside chopped on. She got on a bunch of damn makeup, fake eyelashes, fake hair. But you want a real man. A fake woman want a real man. Women are fucking delusional, man. And all she doing is running her goddamn mouth, man. This is Proverbs. It vexes you, man, because these women, they get on a podcast, they get a microphone and a camera in front of them, and they just say whatever the hell they want to say, man. Right? This is Proverbs 9:13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. And this is an example of a simple woman that knoweth nothing, man. She's just running her goddamn mouth because she has a name. She's a celebrity. Everybody knows her, but she's a ex. You know, she passed her prime, man. Now she's taken into the fucking podcast era and just want to talk and shit. But your words is not going to make things better. Soon, real soon, pretty soon, you women you're gonna want to get in line, because the world as you know it is about to change, man. And we're gonna see who's gonna run the who, because like I've always said in my videos, it's gonna come down to survival and protection. That's all it's gonna come down to. You women don't you don't know how to do either, man. Right? You're not the gender that brings that. Men are. And the men of the Lord is going to be exalted real soon. And the whole world is going to witness it. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to exalt his men. And he's gonna give his men women that are fit for them, man.
And create families.
Yeah.
It's really not cool. Black men are attacking black women. And it's not a cool, they're not creating homes, they're creating babies everywhere.
So you mean to tell me if a man has a kid with a woman, well, I can't say that because you do got, like we always said, you got niggas in our nation too. But these are the same niggas that you so-called black women you breed. Right? You don't have men raising these sons. Because the father, like, man, it's too much. You know, you got the father in child support, right? The father got to get visitation, go through the courts because of your dumbass, man. And you got men out here who want to be in their kids' lives. And you women make it hard. You're not speaking on that. Women just don't do nothing. Women can do whatever they want, right? And men just got to put up with it. They got to find a way around it. Get the fuck out of here, man. She's out of her mind, along with 98.9% of the other so-called black women in America. And not just black women, all these women over here, mainly. I would say 98%, 98.9% of all women over here in America and in the West is like this, man. Right? They got that feminist spirit on them. Right? That's the shit that they don't understand, man. They've been bamboozled. Right? They've been tricked. And who's been tricked more? Nobody's been tricked more than the so-called black one. This is Sirach chapter 25, verse 19. Let's go. Because this is what men are saying to themselves nowadays, man. Because a lot of men are waking up to these fucking women, especially the so-called black woman. I'll start at 16 and jump down. This is Sirach 25 and 16. It says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. This is why there are broken homes, because men ain't dealing with a goddamn, evil, wicked ass woman, man. A woman that's always contentious, always argumentative, right? Violent, don't want to do nothing, lazy, right? Don't want to give the man no peace. Don't want to help the man, support the man at all. She's just there to drain his pockets. What man wants to dwell in a house with a woman like that? So the scriptures tell you that I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon, man. Two very vicious animals. Right? Than with a wicked woman, man. Verse 19. It says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her, man. And a lot of these women are going to get a portion of a sinner, which is death. That's what they're going to get, man. Because of their attitudes, right? Because of their wickedness, their no accountability, right? It's their world. They the girl, it's their world. Feminist mindset. The Lord's going to erase a lot of these women, man. And rightfully so. Rightfully so, man.
It's not cool.
Listen, is there a marriage problem in the black community? Yes. Only 31% of black Americans overall are currently married. And that's significantly lower than the 48% of all Americans. So there is a problem in the black community when you talk about marriage. And you can connect the dots as far as household incomes and wealth direct.
And it's no marriages because the so-called black woman has become the so-called black man's enemy, man. Right? Under the so-called white man, man. This woman, Eve, made a covenant with the serpent to destroy her men, destroy her households for what? Gifts, money, right? To be a god, a goddess, right? They chose that rather than the households. So now they walk around with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, man. Right? They walk around proud as hell. You can't tell them nothing. Everything is your fault. Nothing is their fault. You're supposed to cater to them. You're supposed to constantly apologize to them for just being a man. And they never have to apologize, man. Nothing is sincere about these women nowadays, man. Nothing. You get with them, hey, you gotta walk on pretty much eggshells, man. You gotta be on point in everything, because these fucking women will ruin your goddamn life. And like I said, it's not all women, man. It's not all women. We know we got the good, the good of our women out there as well. Women that are fair, women that are trying to be better and trying to get right. But the majority is just overwhelming, man, with wickedness. Right? So this is my last one. We're going to shut it down. This is Micah, because you know where we're going. This is Micah 7 and 10, because a lot of these women are going to get stomped out by the Lord, man. It says, Micah 7 and 10, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down like the Maya in the street, man. So a lot of these women gonna get stomped the hell out, man. Right? Because they're evil, they're wicked, they don't want to listen. So the Lord gonna do away with them, man. So I'm gonna leave it there. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing, the elect the other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the Spirit to do this lesson. Hey, man, be careful with these women, man. Like I said, they will ruin your fucking life, man. To the next lesson, Shalom.